Welcome to Susmita's voice again. Today's story is The Necklace. Summary in a nutshell. The story revolves around a lady named Matilda. She's unsatisfied with her life as she wants a rich husband, but because she belongs to a family of clerks and her family is unable to give dowry, she is married to a clerk. One day, both the husband and the wife are invited to a party at the minister's house. But Matilda does not have good clothes and jewels to wear at such a party. Her husband suggests her to buy a dress and ask an old friend for jewelry. She then borrows a necklace from her friend and goes to the party. What happens next proves to be a lesson for the unhappy lady. About the author Henri Rene Albert Guy de Maupassant was a French writer. He was born on the 5th of August 1850 and left on the 6th of July 1893. Remembered as a master of the short story form and as a representative of the naturalist school of writers, who depicted human lives and destinies and social forces in disillusioned and often pessimistic terms. He wrote some 300 short stories, 6 novels, 3 travel books, and 1 volume of verses. The plot of the story. Madame Mathilde Loiseau lived in an apartment with her husband, Monsieur Loiseau, and was very unhappy and unsatisfied with what life had given her. She was unhappy with the apartment's shabby walls and the worn out furniture. She was also irritated by the way her husband reacted to the homemade food while she dreamt of royal dinners being served in exquisite silver dishes. They were neither rich nor poor. She had to marry a clerk in the office of the Board of Education just because her family couldn't afford to give her dowry. She also hated visiting her old friend Madame Jane Forrester, as she was a rich lady, and Matilda envied her. Whenever she visited her, she became sad and cried for days together. One day, when her husband returned home from work, he had an invitation to a party at the house of the Minister of Public Instruction. Contrary to his expectation, Matilda was irritated and angry and threw the card away. She was upset because she didn't have anything to wear at such an extravagant party. Her husband gave her 400 francs to buy a new dress that he had been saving to buy a gun so that he could go hunting with his friends. After buying the dress, she was sad because she did not have any jewelry to make herself look more appealing and attractive. Her husband suggested that she could borrow jewelry from her friend Madame Forrester. When Madame Loiseau went to her friend's house and described the situation, she showed her the cupboard and asked her to choose whatever she liked. Matilda chose a precious diamond necklace which was kept in a black satin box. They went to the minister's party and all the men admired her as she was looking gorgeous in her new dress and jewelry. They returned at 4 in the morning. By that time, Madame Loisel had already dozed off in one of the rooms with 3 other men. They decided to leave and couldn't find a carriage. Finally, after walking for a while, they got a carriage which dropped them right outside their door. Matilda realized that she did not have the necklace. Monsieur Loisel went out to search the railway tracks for the necklace. Monsieur Loisel went to the police station, cab officers, and also gave an advertisement for a reward to the person who returned the necklace. Meanwhile, he told his wife to tell her friend that the clasp of the necklace had broken and had given it for repair. After a week, when the necklace could not be found, they decided to replace it with a similar one. They found a similar necklace priced at 36,000 francs. Fortunately, Monsieur Loisel had inherited 18,000 francs from his father and the rest he borrowed. It took them 10 years to repay all the loans, and in these years their life changed drastically. They moved to a smaller apartment and removed the maid. Matilda cooked the food and washed the clothes herself. Even Monsieur Loisel worked multiple jobs to repay the borrowed money. In these years, Madame Loisel started looking much older. Her hair badly dressed, Her voice became loud and she became a normal person who would carry a basket to the grocery store, the butcher store, and the fruit store to buy their daily supplies. One day she met her friend Jean with a child and decided to tell her the truth and explain how she was indirectly responsible for her aged looks and her living conditions. She explained how she lost the borrowed necklace and had to take a loan for replacing it. On hearing this, Jean told Matilda that the necklace that she had borrowed was a fake one and was not worth more than 500 francs. The theme of the story. One of the central themes of the necklace is that of appearance versus reality. For Matilda, the necklace symbolizes wealth, beauty, and ultimately shame as she loses the necklace and goes into debt to replace it. The great irony of the story is that the necklace was a fake. Matilda spent 10 years in debt, effectively ruining her life over nothing. The main themes of the necklace, first and foremost, in my opinion, is class conflict, as Madame Loisel, a member of lower class, strives to appear to be in a higher class when she actually is, which causes conflict. But it also hints that another theme of appearance and reality. Madame Loisel is determined to make her appear to be at a higher level on the social ladder than she actually is. However, her desire to attain this goal leads to a display of generosity of the part of Madame Forrester, as she loans a very expensive necklace to the greedy Madame Loisel, who loses it. The necklace actually seemed to be a symbol of her life, the insincerity of her character, and how her greed leads to her ultimate misery in life because she is forced to give up her own goals in life to repay Madame Forrester for the necklace she had lost, effectively ending her feeble climb up the social ladder. Irony is best demonstrated in the fact that she wasted her life to pay for a cheap copy of the original necklace while she herself is nothing more than a cheap copy. The justification of the title. The story's title, The Necklace, is justified because I see the necklace as the antagonist in the story, with Madame Loisel as the protagonist. It is the necklace that creates all the conflict for her, even though at the heart of the story is Madame Loisel's shallow love of material possessions. It is the diamond necklace that creates the tragic circumstances that lead to the Madame. Character sketch. Matilda Loisel, the protagonist of the story. Matilda has been blessed with a physical beauty but not with the affluent lifestyle she yearns for, and she feels deeply discontented with her lot in life. When she prepares to attend a fancy party, she borrows a diamond necklace from her friend Madame Forrester, then loses the necklace and must work for 10 years to pay off a replacement. Her one night of radiance cost her and Monsieur Loisel and any chance for future happiness. Monsieur Loisel, Matilda's husband. Monsieur Loisel is content with the small pleasures of his life but does his best to appease Matilda's demands and assuage her complaints. She loves Matilda immensely, but does not truly understand her, and he seems to underestimate the depth of her happiness. When Matilda loses the necklace, Monsieur Loisel sacrifices his own future to help her repay the debt. He pays dearly for something he had never wanted in the first place. Madame Forrester, Matilda's wealthy friend. Madame Forrester treats Matilda kindly, but Matilda is bitterly jealous of Madame Forrester's wealth, and the kindness pains her. Madame Forrester lends Matilda the necklace for the party and does not inspect it when Matilda returns it. She is horrified to realize that Matilda has wasted her life trying to pay for a replacement necklace when the original necklace had actually been worth nothing. The blogger's opinion question. What if you were in the shoes of Matilda and you had bigger ambitions and you were not in the position to pursue them? Can appearance be deceptive? And what we think is not always the true. Please answer these questions with your own thoughts and ideas of clarity. Comment in the comment section below.